If you ask me for my prediction, I'll be going for a comfortable win for Manchester City in this game.
Haaland to score?
Definitely.
In my prediction, I see a 4-1 for Manchester City.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to MYBET.AFRICA. 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 I had to mention it 3 times because it's the best betting platform in the country. My name is Nana Kwame. If you go to the other side, they call me Super Nana. You want to know what the other side is? DM me, I'll show you. Today, on Tactical Watch, on Sunday, we have one of the biggest games to ever be played in the English Premier League on Sunday. It's Manchester City versus Manchester United on Sunday at 3:30 p.m. We're going to be looking at possible outcomes of the game, possible lineups of the game, probably look at predictions, and look at who you think are going to score the goals. Because don't worry, MYBET.AFRICA will give you money for that. Let me show you how. You go on the platform and you go to any player to score and just go and choose who that is. I can assure you that I'm predicting here that in games like this, don't expect Haaland to score. You will need. He does a 5 goals or on Shebu. Let me come into the studio. I'm here with Benedict. Benedict is laughing. Benedict sent me warning before we even start this video. And of course, Francis. Now, I can't even tell Francis' mood. I can't tell whether he's okay or I just gone or somewhere. We'll have that conversation very soon. Let me start with you, Benedict. Manchester City versus Manchester United on Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Let's start with possible lineups.
Okay, so going into this game, we know City during the week trashed Luton Town. And we saw De Bruyne, Haaland doing some things we don't expect them to do in games like that. Why I'm saying that is because of my fantasy league. Why I expect them to give me those goals and points. They're not
doing that.
So in a game like this, checking their last 36 games, City have 18 wins, United have 14. So there is no big gap. But going back after, let's say, 2012, United were dominating this fixture. But now City are the big boys when it comes to Manchester derby. So with this game, I'm looking at Edison starting. Pep will go with his 4 centre-back as always. We would see Rodri, that's the heart of Manchester City. We'll see De Bruyne, we'll see Haaland. Maybe we'll see Jack Grealish instead of Doku and maybe Phil Foden. So City lining up like this, United should be afraid because with Jack Grealish coming in, we know that with Doku against Chelsea, he wasn't getting that opportunity against Gusto. But with this one, Jack Grealish knows that he has been off for a while and this is a game he needs to prove something. So Man United should be watching. That is Jack Grealish, Kelvin De Bruyne and Haaland. I heard you saying Haaland wouldn't score in this game, but I can promise you that in this game, he's going to score 2 or more goals.
Well, you are listening to you just decide. Fatu happen also. Fatu MYBET.AFRICA. And then what's going to happen will happen. So possible lineups for Man City. What are the possible lineups for Man United?
United are having some injuries this season. With Mason Mount, we don't even know if he's going to play again because we've not seen him play for a while. So we are looking at players like Højlund too is also injured. That's one big blow for Man United going into this game. So we'll either see Rashford on top. It didn't work the other time, but I think that's the only option he's having now. Anthony also going out of form. He's not being played. So we are possible lineup. We are looking at Onana in post. Maguire is also injured. So a back 4 would have Evans and maybe Lindelof. Would have Casemiro is also injured. So we have Kobe Mainoo with McTominay with Bruno Fernandes. I'm even worried.
The laughter over there for me.
I'm even worried for Man United because they should have had at least a fit team to play against City. But now there are a whole lot of holes in their team, and with their striking force, I think Rashford will still be up front. And so that would be
Højlund?
Højlund is injured.
Sorry.
So that would be a rough game for United, but I just hope they can just take a small margin of goals, not a huge one.
Well, if you look at this game, basically, it's the Manchester derby. You can't downplay how significant this fixture is. Basically, it plays into the permutations always about the final destination of the English Premier League trophy. If you look at what both teams bring on board, there's internal rivalry. And if you look at Pep Guardiola against Eric Ten Hag would like to measure his mettle against Guardiola yet again. Last season, it was close call. Ten Hag beats Guardiola at Old Trafford. When they went to the Etihad, Guardiola won. And in the FA Cup final, Manchester City won as well. So if you look at this season, I feel Manchester City are beginning to hit peak form at the right moment again. Just in midweek against Luton Town, we saw Erling Haaland, who has been firing blunt, was at his devastating best in that game. And Kevin De Bruyne created a quartet of assists for him yet again. So that tells you that telepathy that used to exist between both players is gradually coming back. And when these two guys find each other at premium range, they kill teams off quick. And that's one thing that you can tell that Haaland himself have not been that leader this season in the league. Because last season, at this particular point of the season, he had about 26 goals. But now he's struggling. He has about 15 now or 16 in the league. So that tells you that he knows exactly the kind of responsibility that is on his shoulders, and he needs to come good. He feels this is the particular point. 26 matches into the league, 27 matches now. You don't need to ask a player who wants to win the league to pick form at the right time at this particular point. Arsenal are playing some fantastic stuff. You look at Liverpool themselves, who look like they are not ready to take their foot off the pedal, barring all the injuries. And Manchester City, Guardiola said earlier that he believes that his team can come back and win the league because they've done that in the past 5 seasons. They've won the league 4 times. You understand?
Yeah.
Tactical watch, players to watch. Definitely, it's got to be Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland. To some extent, you dragged Phil Foden into the picture because this season, aside these 2 players, being the most crucial players for Manchester City, Phil Foden stepped up in the matches that they were not there. To some extent, you look at the Argentine striker,
Alvarez.
In Alvarez. To some extent, you look at the captain of the team currently in the English right back. Would they gel in the right direction? Because psychologically wise, they will go into the match with a better framework, knowing that when they play their A game on board, they can unlock this Manchester United team that has shown cracks. In United's last game at Old Trafford, we saw them beaten by Fulham. And that Fulham basically ripped off the script. It wasn't there. No one expected them because United went into the game they built some momentum. And Haaland was on top form, banging in goals, leading into the game. And Fulham themselves keep blowing hot and cold. But for them to go to Old Trafford in front of about 78,000 seater to unsettle United and upset them and beat them, now United they've wobbled. So how would they come into this game? Knowing that at the Etihad, it's a den. How would they approach this game? What kind of mentality, barring all the injuries they have in their camp, like Benedict was alluding to earlier. With Manchester City, they have their galaxy of stars firing on all cylinders. They used Luton in midweek as a springboard going into that game. Because against Bournemouth, they won by 1-0. Now they have to have a statement result. You know, you have to beat a rival to send down that marker to the rest of the people on your shoulders. That, hey, we are here, we are coming for you. And you know, in the next 4 or 5 matches, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, they'll play against each other. So the reshuffling of the league table will now take its proper shape. And Manchester City does not look like a team that is ready to take their foot off the pedal at this particular point in time. If you ask me for my prediction, I'll be going for a comfortable win for Manchester City in this game.
Haaland to score? Definitely.
Haaland, anytime goal scorer. And then you look at Kevin De Bruyne and Jack Grealish, anytime goal scorers as well. Over 1.5 in this game, comfortably for the connoisseurs of the game.
Yeah, I didn't get your prediction, so.
So with my prediction, I see a 4-1 for Manchester City.
Hey.
Because United are coming into a game with a lot of injuries. United are having almost 7 to 10 players out, top players who would make a big difference in the game. And we all know Andre Onana going into this game, he would surely concede. And De Bruyne is back on top form. Their game against Bournemouth, De Bruyne was on the bench, which I was a bit worried because I was expecting him to start that game
and help try to finish the game off early.
But he was brought in, I think, 5 minutes to the game. But with this game, he's fit. We saw it against Luton, and he's going to fire on all cylinders on this game, especially in a Manchester derby. They would want to kill Manchester.
They want to kill Manchester. So, I mean, like I said earlier before we started the conversation, the best platform to stake or to wager is MYBET.AFRICA. MYBET.AFRICA. Trust me, their odds are really good. The cash out options are also really, really good. And then I just have to sound this warning that the platform is for persons 18 years and above. We beg you. If you're not 18 years and above, don't go and get somebody's ID card, and if you try them, they'll go catch you. MYBET.AFRICA is the best platform for you to stake your bets. I think this is where we draw the curtains on today's tactical watch. Do well to drop a comment when you see this video. When you click on that notification bell, we drop a video now, you go see, say, yeah, my fine face day here, where I roll with you on this platform. But thank you so much for watching us, and enjoy the rest of your day.